Let me tell you how bad the job market is right now. I got laid off about 36 days ago. Probably 200 applications in. Out of that, probably 25 rejection letters. Signed up at Walmart for a job. Signed with the local Publix, my grocery store, for a job. No interviews, no contacts. Out of all the applications I put in, I've had 2 interviews. Been ghosted probably 15 times. Then I decided, well, you know what? I'll do DoorDash. Went to do DoorDash. Couldn't get on in the area. Your zone is full. Can't even do DoorDash. That's how bad it is. I've been aged out 36 days. This is the longest I've ever been without a job ever in my life. 23 years in the military, master's degree, bachelor's, tons of experience. Can't find anything.
I'm a recruiter and I work in the life sciences industry. I posted a position yesterday on LinkedIn for a data scientist role. The role's remote. It filters out anyone that doesn't live in the US, has knockout questions for people just to make sure that they meet the qualifications for the role. So active applications, I log in today, over 600. Taking a look through all of the applications, every single person is qualified. I have to go through and reject over 600 people for a job that these people probably well deserve because our market is crashing. I've never seen anything like this in the 11 years that I've been recruiting. The job market is awful right now.
Man, it's taken me a long time to get to the point where I wanted to actually come on here and post a video, but I'm really at the end of my rope and I'm not sure what else to do. So a little bit of backstory. I worked as a director of client delivery and also a director of operations at a Fortune 15 organization for the last 2 years. Before that, I was a director of operations at a different company. So I've worked really hard. I have 3 degrees. I have an MBA. Worked really hard throughout my life to get into corporate America and rise through the ranks and do a really good job. Loved my job, was at a great organization, but corporate America, and I was laid off with 136 of my colleagues back in November of 2024. I knew the job market was brutal. I didn't realize it was this brutal. I still have not found employment. I've applied to well over 300 jobs. I've had some interviews. I get to final rounds. It's always somebody else that they go with. So I know that it's not my experience. It's just someone maybe that has more experience than I do. I don't know. But I'm at the point where I've exhausted everything. I'm a single parent, so I'm the only earner. I have exhausted my severance package. I've exhausted my savings. I've exhausted my Fidelity accounts, all of my stock. Everything's gone. I'm down to the last bit to get me through the next few weeks. On top of it, my landlord has told me that he is selling the house that I rent from him that I've been in for the last 3 years. He's selling that at the end of my lease, which is up at the end of August. So if you know anything about renting, you can't go get a new place if you can't show proof of employment. So I'm at a loss. I'm not really sure what to do.
I got a job offer for a place, a tanning salon, a managerial position, right? Required my bachelor's degree. I was like, yeah, of course. This is good. I'll be working different environment. I like, makeup, blah, blah, blah. $14 an hour. $14 an hour. What? I wouldn't have been able to eat with $14 an hour. Like, it required my bachelor's degree. I went to the interview. I almost took the job, honestly. But I didn't. I said I would rather be unemployed. I mean, that's just ridiculous. And this is a tanning salon that is very well known. I'm pretty sure it's in every state. It is so baffling that they're paying their people like that. Especially how overpriced their shit is.
So I just came out of the city of Burbank job fair and media expo where there were no jobs available. It was about 2,000 people, including me, holding resumes, and a bunch of tents of people, I guess, promoting their businesses, I guess, and no one was hiring at all, including the company that just laid me off. There were about 100 people in line to talk to them, and then there was just like a lady from there being like, if you're trying to drop off a resume, just go online, it's all online. I talked to a lady from the Burbank Library. She's like, we're here to answer questions about the library. And I was like, okay, are you guys hiring? And she was like, I don't know, go online. Anyway, it was awful and demoralizing, but I did it. I gave it a try. I can say I tried. Do better, City of Burbank. There are a lot of people out there looking for jobs right now, and I think I was not the only one who expected there to be some people hiring at the job fair.
I'm to the point, I miss the days when you had to just go into a physical location, fill out an application, and you had one interview, you sat down, you talked to the freaking owner of the business, and at the end of it, you were offered a job or you were told no. I mean, I miss those days. Why in the flying fuck do we have, why is it the way that it is today? I mean, two interviews and the questions that are asked, my goodness, I have never been asked such stupid ass questions in my entire life. The lady literally asked me, are you kind? What the fuck? How does, like, what the fuck? How does, I don't understand. I'm going crazy. Like, are you guys hiring or not? Just, it's that simple. I'm fed the fuck up. I'm fed the fuck up, and I know I cannot be the only one fed up with the job market and how things are operating.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shem Yahushua for giving us this truth. Double honor to all the elders teaching on the four corners of the earth, teaching the truth and sincerity to you. I say shalom. Brother Khan from the set of the Lions of Judah, Jeshurun here in Chicago, to you I say shalom. Coming at y'all with another video through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. The title of this video is going to be titled, The Grinders Are Low. There's a lot of Americans being laid off from their jobs here in Babylon. All right, it's the book of 2nd Esdras 14, verse number 16. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. So one of the greater evils is a mass layoff. See, because the Bible speak about these things, that it's not going to be any work in these last days, and it's going to cause the collapse for Babylon. It says that we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Let every man go back into his own country, for her judgment reacheth up to the skies. So it's the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua to make good on his word, right? So like I said in my last video, the good days is not coming here in Babylon. All right, the good days is not coming back here in Babylon, Shalakia. That's what I wanted to say. The good days is not coming back, all right, for this country. It's only going to get worse, man. All right, the collapse is pretty, you could see it. You can see it with binoculars, man. The prophecies of the scriptures is walking off of these pages. Okay? And as for you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, what are you going to do, man? You going to continue to roll with the punches, or are you going to come back to Yahweh Shem Yahushua and block with these laws, statutes, commandments, and with the faith of Yahweh Shem Yahushua? Like, what are you going to do? You're going to continue to just go along with the prophecies, all right, with being a 2/3, or are you going to come back and stand up for righteousness, man? See, because these videos are only for the elect, those that have ears to hear. All right, you want to know why we stand out there 3 and 4 hours to wake up our people and they walk past us? Because it's not for them. It's only for the brothers that's finna come into the truth, and the brothers that's already in the truth that needs extra encouragement, man. Okay? So that's why we do these videos. It's for those that need extra Salakia encouragement, and those who just about to come into the truth. But it's not for the masses, man. Okay? It's not for the masses. It's only for those who have an ear to hear. All right? Salakia, let me get this precept, this scripture, Salakia. It's the book of Ecclesiastes 12:1. Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. This the point, verse 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few. Okay, what the grinders are the workers, man, those that are keeping the economy afloat. All right. So the grinders will cease, man. All your blue collar workers and everybody that, you know what I'm saying, keep this country going, man, it's gonna all cease, man. It's gonna all collapse. And you gotta be ready for that. That time when everybody in the world is laid off, because guess what? They don't have the money for you to work, for you to pay taxes. Because everything is gonna collapse. And you will know when it's gonna collapse when you can't go back to your job, when nobody is going to work. That's when it's gonna be all over with. All right, so that's when it's gonna all be over with, when you can't work at Dunkin' Donuts, McDonald's, all right, whatever local restaurant that keep these Americans going, so they could, you know what I'm saying, get they breakfast, lunch, and dinner, so they could, you know, go back to work. All right, so that time is coming to an end. So let me get that again. Verse number 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. Okay, so that's martial law. You can't leave out your front off of your front porch. All right, that's martial law. So these are the signs, man. The Most High is gonna make good on this word, man. On this word, okay. You just got to be prepared for these prophecies to kick in high gear, because we starting to see it is kicking in almost high gear. It's almost there. Isaiah 19:15, neither shall there be any work for Egypt. All right. So America is the new Egypt. You can read that in the book of Revelation when it said it's spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. All right. So it say, neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. So from your managers all the way down to the cashier, they're not going to be able to make money because of the great collapse. All right, they're going to have that meeting, that Salakia, they're going to have that meeting, and they're going to say, look, we got to lay off the employees. All right, and what are you going to do when you can't feed your kids? You got to trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. That's just what it is. You just got to trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You got to trust in these words. You got to trust in this Bible. Second Ezra 14, verse number 17. For look how much the world shall be weaker through age. So much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. All right, so there's your collapse. All right. So man, to you Israelites out there, those that are in the truth, that are, you know what I'm saying, keeping these commandments with the testimony of Yahushua, continue to fight, man, and endure this spiritual fight, because it's almost over. And I'm gonna leave you with this last precept. This is the book of Acts 14 verse 17. Nevertheless, no, Salaki, that's not what I want. 14 and 22. Let's see. Yeah, Acts 14 verse number 22, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of Yahweh. So we got to go through this tribulation. Okay, I hope this video was edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. I bid you a shalom.